Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. I just want to do a quick update here. Well, we'll see how quick it'll be. You guys know me when I'm talking about my beloved Dokkan. We can just talk. So, I do expect we are very soon going to see EZA details. My expectation is for these boys and Fusion Zamasu. Maybe if Amatsu thinks we've been good boys and girls, he'll also give us, like, Super EZA STR Vegito Blue. There's other characters like Int, Sword of Hope Trunks, Tech, Fusion Zamasu. Now, I'm not talking about the Dokkan Fest seller. I'm talking about the TUR from a long time ago, right? Like these guys. Maybe they could Super EZA as well. That would require a separate banner, though, which I'm not holding out hope for, although we did see one of those during the 10th anniversary. They did say that this is going to be an anniversary level campaign, so I'm assuming to think about it, you know, on the same level as like the 10th anniversary celebration back in January and February. So maybe. I think at bare minimum, though, we can expect to see Vegeta and Trunks and Fusion Zamasu. Now, in terms of when, the data download is on the 16th, which... Actually, yeah, wait. July 16th, JST. Okay. So that means it should be tonight then. Like, okay, well, the data download will be about 24 hours from now, and the EZA details will most likely be tonight at 4 a.m. I saw the, like, I was saying, like, oh, EZA details on the 16th, but if it's, like, that's my time zone, right? It's going to be the 15th my time zone, and then we're going to be moving into the 16th, right, for the data download. So, okay. I think we'll see the EZA details in, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. And then the data download, which would follow, is about 25 hours from now, right? Okay, so there's that. And then the content will be on July 17th. Okay, sure. So we're closing in on that. Remember that this is still kind of like part 1. Because we know that part 1... is future, and then part 2 is going to be GT. We'll see about, like, I've seen some people talk about, like, part 3. Who knows what part 3? Part 3 could be a combo of both. It could be something unrelated entirely. Who knows? Not really too sure about that. Then, if we go ahead and take a look here, yeah, these are just these 2 LRs. The other thing, too, I did want to do with these boys potentially coming tonight, is kind of just take a look back at the events that we've had throughout the first part of this Global Dokkan celebration. Overall, this does feel like probably the best part 1, best part 1 ever to me. Probably. I'd need to really kind of like go back and double check, but like if we look at a lot of this stuff, I thought it was very good. I've seen some players say that it feels like the stone count is a little bit less during this part 1 compared to like the 10th anniversary. I could definitely buy that being the case. I'd love to see one of the completed stone charts of the 10th anniversary and then the Global Dokkan celebration side by side once the celebration is completely done, right? So we had the Dokkan Day. The missions for Dokkan Day were, of course, the coins, right? Are we loading? Loading. It's the coins is what, yeah, a lot of these missions I was going to talk about here. The coins rather than the tickets. There are plenty of tickets, including the tickets that are going to give us a 44% chance to pull the LR. So it's not a big deal that there's not tickets right there. Doesn't really matter too much. We have this. This is like low-key one of the strongest things Dokkan has going on right now. This shit is absolutely ridiculous, right? So every week we get these missions, and they're going up in value. So like this week, it's like all 4 stones for doing all these, right? Just absolutely crazy, dude. Like, look at this. And these, like, doing these missions is very easy. So it's like, you know, they're going to keep giving us stuff like this. And we are in business. These just restarted today. There was one mission I actually hadn't gotten done yet. And I was going to like double check what it was in a bit, but I just saw use a support item. I have not done that yet. So literally I'm in the Dokkan Day, time chamber event right now, and I'm gonna just use a quick Chile item to be able to get that. But next week, right, once we hit, the 21st or 22nd or whatever, it's gonna update, and then all these missions are then gonna give out 5 sound. Like, it's like every week these missions increase in value, right? So like that's really good right there. We also have the Divine Wrath and Mortal Will new stages. I think these are fun stages. Not every stage needs to be what the special battle fights are like. I thought that these were like competent, kind of like new, like, I don't know, I guess like sort of like challenging fights. I didn't really have much of an issue with this at all with the rewards. There was a Future Saga mission, and we were able to buff up the 2 Zamasu's support memory by doing the missions as well, right? So I think all of that is good. I did like this new content right there. We also had the Super EZA for AGL Goku Black and Physical Vegito Blue. I do want to get to a tier list update for these characters sooner rather than later, but I mean, things really have been so busy. Right now, kind of like a tiny bit of a lull where I was able to kind of like, catch up and stuff like that. I still got to I want to do the individual rainbow showcases for all the clones. It's like I needed to like get like link level stuff like that. I did do a video kind of like them as a team, like a team showcase for them, but I do like to give all the characters their individual videos as well. I was finally able to get around to doing Champa today. And so we'll be able to keep doing that. But I think Physical VB, as well as AGL Rose were ridiculously good. Okay, this is just a meme. I don't, like, Amatsu is a huge troll. I've said this several times that, like he has, like, confirmed that he's just a troll, dude. And it's like, they put out something like this. Like, this is trolling. Like, chat, this is literally just trolling, dude. It's exactly what this is. Like, look at this. Like, you can't look at this and say it's not troll. I'm not gonna include a million arena shit. We're just not gonna talk about here though. But that was just that shit is too funny. The battlefield. I mean, they consolidated it down to 35 characters rather than like 100 plus. I mean, I wasn't really too impressed with this iteration of Battlefield. I really enjoyed Grid 8 Baby during the 10th anniversary Part 2 Battlefield. And I really liked the Broly movie, like Part 2 Battlefield they did last year. Now, people are going to get twisted up about this again. I mean, every single celebration. But there is going to be an extra Battlefield. During these major celebrations, they do an extra Battlefield. And the extra Battlefield, it doesn't give stones. It's usually just like tickets, or it'll probably be coins or something like that. And people are going to have a meltdown yet again. It's like Groundhog Day. Like, we know that this thing happens every single time now, but it happens again, and we're crying about it, right? But remember, there's going to be a Battlefield in Part 2, and it's probably not going to give stones. I bet you it's going to give coins, probably global coins. And, people are going to be mad. But the Part 2 one for these major celebrations is usually kind of a fun one. So we'll see what it could be. Maybe it's a battle against all the Shadow Dragons or something like that. We'll see. Could be fun. There was one of these social media campaigns right here where you can kind of, like and retweet posts and you'll be able to get some rewards. So there was one of those. We had the Super EZA for the Zamasu Goku. Really, really good. I think one huge, W that this celebration has the 10th anniversary, I like Demon King Piccolo, but, I mean, we're now 6 months later, and he still doesn't have a setup, though. So, now it's kind of like, eh. But it's 10th anniversary did not have free-to-play characters, really. This character fucking sucks ass. This guy technically came out during the 10th anniversary, but they don't really count him as a 10th anniversary character, but he also is complete fodder, ass cheeks. Again, I like Demon King Piccolo, but we're 6 months in, and we've had no ability to use him yet, so I don't know. I mean, it's like, of course, Goma is, we got Golden Week coming up. We got, the Global Dokkan Celebration coming up. Obviously, Goma's going to be one of these big slots, and nope. So, I don't know. Demon King Piccolo will be a worthless loser character if they don't give him a team, dude. That's crazy. He's good. He's good. They give him a good kit. But it's pointless when he doesn't get a team, right? It completely doesn't matter. So, I don't know. But, the free-to-play characters for this celebration have been kick-ass. These two events had their missions reset which is huge, mostly for free-to-play players. Just going to be some free resources to get from these, which is really good. The Seriously Serious Battles is here. I love this. I hope that that stays a permanent thing, where the Dokkan Fest comes out, and then you get a fight related to the Dokkan Fest, and you're able to get tickets and stuff like that. And this, with the EX missions, this does give tickets right here. Remember, these tickets are supposedly, I've got the news thing pulled up, we'll get to it, but 44% chance to pull the new LR, which looks pretty good. Oh, wait, I want to keep the mission thing up. So we got that. Yeah, oh, here it is right here. So we'll see. Now, I dropped a video on this, and everyone was like, oh, yeah, 44% chance, I can't wait to pull. And, like, they just named, like, random other featured units. But, like, maybe I'm a jerk-off. I definitely am. But it says there's only one featured character. Like, I assume that's like, it says there's only one featured character. So there's going to be 4 banners. It's going to be Omega, Blue Goku Vegeta, Rose Goku Black, and Zamasu. And then the 4th is, again, some GT Super Saiyan 4. Probably Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, maybe Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I've heard people talking about maybe full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right? Like, some Super Saiyan 4 will be the opposite of Omega Shenron. But it says there's only one featured character. So I assume it's just only going to be the new LRs, and their rate is 44%. So, bro, that seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. And that's going to take 50 tickets in order to do, right? And then here's all the different ways you can get tickets. So we'll see. That definitely looks really awesome. 44% chance. It's crazy, dude. Crazy. We got the global coins. There's really good. Yeah, these are the best resources we could get from it. The Link skill balls, the Kais and stuff. Really, really, really good things there that are available to be purchased. So that is cool to see, right? That the global coin has got some good stuff. These rainbow Link skill balls, Dokkan has been very stingy with them since they created them. So it's nice to see free versions available for pickup there. We had this. This, of course, was ludicrous, ridiculous. They created... So we have these normal missions always, but they decided to drop missions for every single Dokkan event, which is awesome. I would highly encourage players to knock out a lot of these. Some of these aren't important. I doubt the Super Saiyan 3 Bardock ones will matter. We just scroll by Mass Saiyan. I'm sure Mass Saiyan and Super Saiyan 3 Broly's missions don't matter because these medals are not going to be very likely used for future LRs, right? But I could very easily see like a Kid Buu LR, right? And he takes Angel Super Saiyan 3 Goku medals, Majin Vegeta medals, Ultimate Gohan medals, Gotenks medals, just, I don't know, like all the different Busag character medals, right? Like, if you're like one of these like really lazy players who doesn't really like to play the game and just likes to complain about it all the time, and you only want to do like a couple of these or something, maybe just pick characters medals that are obviously going to get new characters, right? Like Beerus could be one, God Goku Dokkan Fest medal could be one. I think maybe like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, maybe like a Piccolo Dokkan event, Beast Gohan, right? Like you want to go for medals that are probably still going to get an LR. Kefla is definitely going to get an LR, right? So like Kid Buu and Kefla are definitely getting LRs at some point. So, you at least do missions for like their type of events or something like that. That would be what I would say. Because I've gone over the point several times, but even just this year, I mean, if we look at just like a lot of the recent LRs, I mean, they're awakening with some recent medals too, but a lot of these characters are awakening with, older medals too. Here's Rose. This is a 2017 medal. This is a 2019 medal. This is a 2024 medal, and this is a 2023 medal. Then for them, this is the 2025 medal, and this is a 2023 medal. Then for the girls here, this is a 2021 medal, and this is a 2023 medal. And then for PyCon, this is a 2020 medal for the Dokkan Fest medals. So it's like, it's all over the place. They did one of these. As you EZA the characters, they give you a bunch of Zenny statues to kind of make up for it, which is good. I like that. The special battle dropped. which is, you know, I do think the fight against Goku Black and Zamasu is the hardest fight in the game. I do think it's even more challenging, more difficult even than the fusion, or the festival battles. Very, very, very difficult event for sure. And then, of course, remember, there are the EX skill orbs that we're able to get from doing those. I think this is great, fun content. Pretty easy to get trashed up in an event like this. When you go in, get slaughtered, go right back in, get slaughtered, go right back in, get slaughtered, right? It does feel a little bit better, I mean, obviously, than Festival, where, okay, we go in, we lose 3 hours in, right? Like, 100%, I get that. So there's this. This is just like a special login bonus. This is going to drop in 2 days, so this is in basically 48 hours will be our next iteration of this. The, you know, super Shenron come forth eternal dragon, kind of like special like login bonus. I probably will drop a video on that. I do have to grab the clip from my stream though, because that's where the first one was. Okay. We have the EX missions. This, of course, was related to the Seriously Serious event. And this was those rainbow tickets we looked at. We also have this. This was a skill orb collecting campaign. This is another massive buff. This is better, basically very good for free-to-play players. Because some of the hardest equips to get these days are these skill equips. These stat equip, excuse me, the stat equips. I've told you guys, I've done, you know, close to 40,000-ish runs in the Whis event. Give or take 3,000 runs, right? So at minimum, I've done like 37,000 runs in the Whis event. I am not exaggerating at all. It's like I've done like 37,000 runs in the Whis event. And I've got like 10 each of like level 7 attack and level 7 defense. And like, and I mean, I've used a couple, but just a couple in like 37,000 runs. So the rates to get these are criminal. It should not be allowed in the game, but I mean, whatever. So this is nice. That it's just very easy stuff, and players can get some decent orbs, right? Like I've noticed Iron Cane, these have been a huge help to him, for example. So that's good right there. We have just kind of like the same like purple stone, LR stones. So players, if you don't mind spending a little bit of money, get some guaranteed characters. I try and encourage players as much as I can not to spend money on the game, right? Because I mean, it's, you know, eventually the character's going to get replaced, and the character's going to get replaced, and the character's going to get replaced, right? But like, if you are going to spend money on the game, doing it for something like this, where you get stones plus this, to where you can also get like a guaranteed character, is a good way to actually spend money on the game if you're going to, right? Because you're getting something guaranteed along with, you know, stones. This is also one of the best things Dokkan has ever done. The free-to-play clones, I think, are really quite good. They really help Rose, Goku Black, and Zamasu's Super Bosses team be a legitimate team. You know, again, just flat out, this is one of the best things Dokkan has ever done. This is tremendous, very fun, good characters. They have great EX skill orbs, just, you know, incredible, right? Like, I'm really holding out hope. I know that Omega Shenron needs it way more. I mean, we don't need Fusion Saiyan clones, but to me, the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta clones for Part 2 would be much more fun. So I'm hoping that they just, they do the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta clones for Part 2, but I'm hoping that they make sure Omega gets his help in other ways, right? Like, I do want TUR versions of every Shadow Dragon. We need that bad. But this is kind of a very fun, gimmicky idea. The clone thing they could do for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. But again, I do want them to make sure that they give Omega the help he needs. We can't do this again with Omega, where we give him nothing. They handled Goku Black and Zamasu perfectly. They need to do the same with Omega. I think they will. Considering they showed us how well they treated this character, I do. Omega's the Dokkan Fest. So, by the way, he doesn't need help. It's going to sound silly to say, but he doesn't need help as badly as this character did, because they're a carnival. Omega's going to have a great leader. He's going to have a dominant leader skill, right? But we'll see. We'll see. But it would be more fun, I'm sorry, if it's the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta clones, right? Like, it would be so fun if they did that. Oh, my God. So, we'll see. Here's the Dokkan event. I saw a tweet today about how they have the most boring, worst Dokkan event art ever. And that is so true, isn't it? This sucks. Definitely. This is ass compared to like every other like Dokkan event, for sure. For sure. Like if we pull up almost any a random one, right? What's this? Oh, well, we're looking at easy area. Okay, this one right here. Yeah, looks way better, right? Like that, you know, we got some lightning, we got some rocks. Like, come on, this is 2019. This is March of 2019. Shits on the new one, so I don't know. We have the banners. I mean, I don't. This is more so like talking about everything for part one. I don't really need to spend a ton of time talking about the banners, but the banners were elite. Oh, actually, you know what? I will, because one thing I did not think they were gonna do this, and they did, which is just. Oh, I didn't mean to actually. It's incredibly generous that they did this, which is all of the 10th anniversary LRs are on the banners, which I didn't think they were just gonna be there, and they are. So that's just huge. So part 2 is going to be Dokkan Fest Omega Shenron with Tech Vegito. And then we're going to have the carnival is going to be, again, some Super Saiyan 4. And it's going to have EGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku on it and Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Going to be looking pretty cool. So there's those. Here's the actual, like, campaign details. I don't know if there's... We've talked about most of the stuff by now. There's the boosts. Oh, the limited time boost is crazy. Yeah, Vegito Blue and Rose are... They're nuts, dude. This is another thing Dokkan must continue to do every celebration. Like, this would have been so good for Tao. This would have been so good for Kale and Caulifla, right? A limited time boost for a character is huge. This also helped out Goku Black and Zamasu. So I hope that they continue to do more of those. And then we had the Dokkan chance time, the silliness. Yep, 7-1. I mean, we knew 7. I could only talk about it, like, every day that 7 was going to win, you know, so... Hopefully you guys pick 7. And then, yeah, that covers it. I think that is pretty much the best part 1. The EZAs, Vegeta and Trunks, Fusion, Zamasu, they would also be part 1 characters, by the way. So we'll see. And then part 2 would be next week, right? Which is probably going to cycle into GT content. So I think maybe sometime at the end of this week, we could potentially see like an announcement for... you know, like a Dokkan Now or something like that, a special broadcast revealing the part 2 stuff. We'll probably see that towards the end of this week, like an announcement of when it's going to be. So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll catch y'all next time.